Hi, my name is Nick from Headlines Barbershop, 22 years old, and today I'm going to show you how to do a mid-skin fade on my boy Manuel. I'm going to show you how these haircuts are so simple and have scaled me to be a six-figure barber in about 4 years working at Headlines Barbershop. Since he has a lot of hair, we're going to go ahead and debulk it. Usually he comes in about every 2 to 3 weeks, so I don't have to debulk it as much, but today it's a different case. He came in wolfed out, so first things first, we're going to debulk it and then we're going to set the skin line in. So going in with my Tomb45s, got my 3-guard on them. Going to test them out. This is my first time using them, so we're just going to see how they cut. So we're going straight through the middle right here. And like I said, there's a 45-minute service for the most part. So when you're doing a 45-minute service, you want to break down your haircut in sections. If he had a little bit harder hair, I would go in multiple times. Either way, you want to go in and debulk and go in all different directions just because the hair, you want to go against the grain. In my fade area, I want to go in with the number 2. I'm just going in right off the head. So I'm just going in with the number 2. Same here in the back. You can tell in the crown area, it's coming in and right off the head. 2-guard. So when I go in with my skin line, he said he wants no C-cup. So I'm gonna start right here. So I'm just going in, and it's almost like I'm fading with the trimmer. That way I don't leave such a harsh line. So right below that line, it's gonna create a nice gradient. And if you pay attention, going in with my trimmer, easy. Don't gotta worry too much. And right here, his occipital bone, I wanna go right below that. If I start above it, it's gonna create a higher fade. So you wanna go kinda, you don't wanna drop it too much to create a drop fade, but I also don't want to create it just straight across and hit his occipital bone. So go in, bam. Same thing on this side, right below that C-cup as my reference point, knowing it's gonna match to the other side. And as you notice, I don't go all the way around the head in one motion. So if I'm coming from the left, I'm not going from the left all the way to the right. I might go to the left, go halfway, and then start again at that C-cup line as my reference point, and then meet up with the lines at the back. As you can tell, I kept the ball line right here with the ear, lined up to the ear for the fade on the beard. So when I'm doing the shaver, I don't want to go exactly too high and put too much pressure on the line. And I kind of want to flick out at the line. That way I don't create a whole nother guideline. So as I get up here, I put in less pressure, kind of flicking out just a little bit, lower the ear. One of the main things with these shavers too, a lot of barbers, they don't change out their heads. And that's gonna cause your time to go up too, just because it's not sharp. These things get dull pretty quick. And you wanna keep changing about, I would say at my rate, I'm changing about every 2 months, I would say. So I'm going in with my half, lever open, and then I'm just gonna create a finger length guide right here above the C-cup. Finger length guide, just going around. And for the most part, when I'm doing it, I would just go ahead and kind of just take out the line as I go. So I'll go ahead and set it halfway. Sometimes I'll go all the way around. I guess it depends how I'm flowing, but right now I'm just going halfway through the head. I'll close up my lever and then start knocking out that guide. Go about halfway up, and as you can tell, that line is just immediately going out. Open it halfway, bam, bam. It takes nothing but 2 seconds. And now I'm closed all the way, just cleaning up any dark spots I see. Up here, for example, a little dark spot. Going with the half. For video purposes, I'll just go around and just set that new half. Cool, so lever closed again, going up about halfway. And like Jordan said, it's like he asked me what my mentors kind of asked me or taught me. And truth is, it's like people are just looking for a consistent barber. Literally as simple as that. You can do a consistent fade, consistent service, on time. That's all clients really care about, honestly. And of course, not taxing them with prices. Eventually, as a barber, you go through them stages where you start getting into the point of a price raise with supply and demand. But at the beginning, when you're trying to build your clientele and you want to build a chair that's spinning no matter what time of year it is. That's literally what this comes down to. Consistent schedule, consistent haircuts, and you'll be able to retain all your clients. So I already did my 2. I can go straight into my 1.5. Going 1.5. 1.5 close. And one thing I learned from another barber too was, if you don't hear nothing cutting, just go ahead and move to the next guard. Do my 1 right under that 1.5 close, stacking my guards. It almost looks like I'm going right into where the other guard is, which I kind of am, just to take out any dark areas. So half right into it, lever open, halfway. And then right here, when I close it, is usually when I start doing lever play. So same thing I did with the half, the lever open, I'll go ahead and do my half guard also. So bam, lever play. I love using the half guard also to detail all these dark spots I see. When I'm down here, I can use a full blade. When I start coming up, as you can tell, I can literally go up into these dark spots with the corner of my blade where my 1 was at, and then take some more lines out if I see it. Take off my guard, lever open, and then if anything, you see a little line right here. But for the most part, we already got a clean fade. So coming in from the back, 1.5, ain't cutting nothing, close it. So like I said, I go ahead and use 1 guard all the way through until I'm done with it. 1.5, 1.5 close. Done with my 1. It's Tomb45 because it's nice.
You guys ready for time?
Yeah, my first time using them. Powerful. And when you cut in 15 heads a day, pretty much always in that flow state. Going in my half. Into that 1 guard I just put. Boom, boom, boom. Half. The half guard is not taking out the line completely as it did on this side. You're usually gonna catch that problem on the occipital bone of somebody's head just because there's more indentation or the head is protruding more. And like I said, you just go down the guard, which is basically lever open. So like I said, just go ahead and take off that halfway. With the halfway, I'm being more cautious. So now I'm just going in with my corners. Close it just a little bit more. And right now I'm just doing lever play like I did before with that half. Just literally opening and closing my lever. As you can tell, I'm not literally with my knuckle. I'm just bam, 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 bam. With a good barber, if you get a haircut by a good barber, you always hear the lever just snapping. I'm going half, my lever open, about a finger's length right here. Bam, and you want that to be kind of deep into the what's it called, beard. Go here, I always put a 1 on the mustache. Curl your lips just a little bit, perfect. Bam, I like doing a 1 on the flavor saver right here.
Well, I never heard that one.
Nah. Cool. No, he not. You better keep that in there. Same thing on this side, half. I didn't do the fade on the other side just because I went ahead and just did the 3 all around. You want to keep the mustache as full as possible. So right here, I know him, he wants to keep it as full as possible. So right under the nose, just grabbing very little. Super simple. You already see he does not have a bad canvas at all. So we're just gonna keep it as natural as possible. Take these little fly hairs out, just clean it up just a little bit. And then I'm left-handed, so I usually aim to the left. Like I said, you don't need to push him back at all. He's got a very full hairline. Like, look at that, crispy. I didn't even have to use too much.
And my dad is bald, so I hope
your dad is bald?
like
That's crazy. Man, for the most part, I don't need to do too much with the trimmers. If it was a different hairline, I'd do more, but with the razor, it's gonna be nice and clean. Hold my trimmers kind of like a pencil a little bit. The back part of his beard, you don't want to dig in. Keep it dark but natural. Line them up. Come in with the shaver. Ooh, so right now, I'm gonna go in with the Tomb45 shave gel. I apply a hot towel. This thing been steaming all day. This is something I do for every client that comes in with a beard service. Curl it a little bit at the lips, come up, fold it in two, bam, bam. Pull the skin, and then just start lining them up. Wipe away the excess. Come back one more time. Now the shave gel's gone. And all this little excess hair, like I said, it literally will improve your time on your beard work. Like I said right here at the beginning, go with the razor and make that super crispy. As you can tell, it's crispy line. All right, my boy, let me know what it looks like. Clean, 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 clean. Very clean. Cool.